Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. Welcome to day 967. Inflation accelerated for a second consecutive month, the fastest pace in more than a year, due to a jump in gasoline prices, which accounted for more than half of the increase. Consumer prices rose 0.6% in August from the month before, which is the most since inflation peaked at a four-decade high in June 2022, and it's 3.7% more than a year earlier. Although prices climbed at a faster monthly pace than expected, the latest numbers mean the Federal Reserve officials are still on track to hold interest rates steady next week after raising them to a 22-year high back in July. The Fed has two more meetings this year, one in early November and the last one in mid-December, and their decision on whether to lift rates even higher will depend on whether price increases continue to slow in coming months. Moving on, a federal judge denied Mark Meadows' request to pause court proceedings in Fulton County while he appeals the ruling. Last week, U.S. District Judge Steve Jones rejected his request to move the case to federal court. The judge said Meadows has not shown that he is entitled to an emergency stay, adding Meadows' contentions that he would be irreparably harmed by the possibility of facing trial next month are insufficient to carry his burden on the emergency stay requested. Meadows, meanwhile, appealed the decision to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which granted him an expedited review. Meanwhile, a federal judge refused to give Trump permission to discuss classified documents at Mar-a-Lago, where he has already mishandled classified documents. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon did not specify where the secure facility for reviewing sensitive records for Trump's trial will be. Trump's attorneys argued that requiring him to travel to talk about classified information would impose a heavy burden, given the complex logistics and security involved as both a former president and a current 2024 candidate. Prosecutors, however, told Judge Cannon that Trump was seeking special treatment that no other criminal defendant would receive. In related news, Trump privately discussed impeaching Biden with House Republicans. Trump has received weekly briefings about the impeachment strategy and has regularly talked with members of the House Freedom Caucus and other Republicans who have pushed for the inquiry. 2 nights before Kevin McCarthy announced the inquiry, Trump had dinner with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has introduced the articles of impeachment against Biden. And finally, Mitt Romney will not seek re-election, saying that it's time for a new generation of leaders beyond Trump and Biden. Romney, age 76, noted that he would be in his mid-80s by the end of another term, and that it's time for a new generation to step up and shape the world they're going to live in. Romney is the only Republican who voted to convict Trump in both of his impeachment trials. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.